Good morning, everybody. I promised some more information on this Alitura movement. Like everybody's like, hey, Cam, what is this? I'm interested. My heart says it's a yes. Like, what's going on? What's more details and information on the program, on the movement? So as I just got back from hiking up in the mountains, I'm eating my yummy, delicious, look at this stuff. I made this. I made this little combination of nuts, berries, and dried fruit. What? This is crazy stuff. Okay, so a huge part of the Alitura movement, the biggest intention that Shelby and I have is kind of depicted in this picture that my friend's friend drew, and I'm going to show and hold it up for you. So the brain, the mind is on top, the heart is on the bottom, and I remember my uncle teaching me. He said, Cami, the journey from here to here will be the longest journey you ever take. And it'll be the one that is the most worthwhile. Continue to take that journey, like continue to take that path and connect those two. So look at this cool picture that is a representative of the mind up on top joining with the heart. So there's a movie. It's called The Power of the Heart. I think that's the name of it. I will look that up and put that in the details, but I think it's called The Power of the Heart. And I was watching it over and over and over and understanding like how the heart works, and oh my gosh, the miracle that our heart is. And this one scientific like portrayal spoke to me. Okay, so they had these people sit in front of a TV monitor and they would display different pictures. They would be either some little kid like laughing in joy. They'd be death, someone's at a funeral and leaning over their spouse, or these like gory pictures. Like everyone ignited or invited a emotional response, energetic response, okay? And these people are all hooked up like on each of their fingers so that everything's monitored scientifically. So the screen is, and these pictures are picked out randomly. So the screen starts showing these different random pictures, okay? Now with each of these pictures, the body would respond differently, energetically respond to what was happening in the portrayal of the picture. And so as this is being monitored, what started happening, and this is so cool to me, what started happening was before the picture was shown. Now these are picked randomly, so the brain couldn't have like decided ahead of time, right? So it couldn't have been the brain that was monitoring this. The heart knew the picture before it came up, before the brain actually even got to see it and register a response. The heart already knew what picture was coming and responded accordingly. And so I did this exercise with playing with energy where someone intended on purpose to come in and have ill intent and interrupt my light, okay? And I'm doing this on purpose to just practice and tune into my heart. And in my head, and I have my eyes closed, and this person's coming towards me with this intention. And I'm in my head going, okay, pay attention to when this is happening. Like, you better know when they're in your field, talking to myself and all this blah, 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 blah. And all of a sudden I noticed my body moved back. And I opened my eyes and I'm like, stop. And he was several feet out from me, the person helping me understand energy better in this way. And I recognized that my heart and my body, they responded. I didn't need to figure it out here. I just needed to rely on my heart. And it physically moved me backwards. And so because I was paying attention, I was like, oh my gosh, okay, stop. A lot of times in life, we're not paying attention. So when the heart gives you a signal or a physical body movement to let you know to move off of that, we sometimes don't respond to it. And that is a huge part of the purpose of the Alitura movement, is going into our inner space, connecting here, paying attention, learning how to hear our heart, learning how to understand when our heart is speaking, where our heart wants to lead us, right? Because it knows the picture, it knows the next step, it knows what needs to be done, right? When we be with our heart, and that's the very first thing that we put into our world during the, when we wake up, we be here, and then we're like, okay, heart, tell me where we're going. Like you're in the lead. Out of that comes, okay, here's some things that are important to do. But instead of being a human doing, we're going to focus on being a human being and letting our hearts lead. So one part of and we're going to hit all 4 areas, because the wholeness is a huge, huge intention that we're holding. You see the 30-day program for the workout. You've seen 30-day meal plans. You've seen 30-day journey to free your mind. They're very specific and tailored to each of one part of the whole. The Alitura movement covers the entire thing. So the very first thing in the morning, we're going to connect here, connect these, and say, heart, you're in the lead. And we're going to, so once we've connected to the heart, then we've got the physical, the spiritual, and the mind. That the rest of the story starts to unfold. So with just one of those 4, let me just demonstrate. So in the physical, we have taken several different, like I've been in the health industry. My father travels around as one of the top trainers in one of the health industries. And so I have been at his feet and learning so much about different things that are healthy for our bodies, what our bodies are in need of, like, right? I've been in so many different programs and seen so much. We're taking several different programs and pulling the best of the best. For me, I have not had joy in the kitchen in years. And putting this program together has absolutely shifted some things for me. I am in the kitchen. I've got the music blasting. My kids are helping squeeze the lemons and chop the cucumbers and making the smoothies. Like, it has been so much fun. We have gathered from several different arenas, different places. For me, it's important that it's simple and it's that it's delicious. Like, for me, if it's coming from me, like, it has to be those 2 things. And then you add that it's healthy. Oh my gosh, like, our world is shifting from the inside, right? Just that piece on a physical level is absolutely worth every investment penny that you're putting into the Alitura. And the biggest thing, remember, is we're going to tune into the heart and say, okay, heart, like, where would you lead me today? Is it that I get to do every single piece of this meal plan? Am I going to take this in the morning? Am I going to drink this much water? Am I going to, all of these pieces? Tuning into our hearts and understanding, because everybody will be tailoring this program, this movement, to where their heart leads them. That'll be probably the biggest learning piece. You are on a path to be a healthier you. And in all 4 areas, you will look different. You'll feel different. In 30 days, I spent an hour with a mentee yesterday. Within that hour, she walked out of here looking different, feeling lighter. She nearly skipped out of my house. And all of that was just me connecting these 2 pieces, helping her connect. She connected them. I assisted her in doing so. And that's what we're going to absolutely focus on for the next 30 days, starting on the 28th. You can't come in the middle of the program. Everybody in the community will be on day 13 together and communicating. We'll have a private group where everybody gets to be seen and heard and listened to and coached and supported and loved with whatever comes up for them as we go into this internal world and start exploring. All sorts of things are going to arise, and we're going to be there holding your hand and moving through this together. And so having those connections and friendships and being seen in this world. So that is just a piece of where we're headed. So we're already having people sign up. This is so fun. We like the people that we're gathering of like-mindedness, people who have sat at home going, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. This is no longer working for me. If that's you, I invite you to join us in the Alitura program and movement. And reach out to us if you have more questions, that kind of stuff. It's only $47. That's like pennies. It was interesting for me a couple years ago. I went on a journey with, like, I'm spending this money, and I went to the seminar. Did I find that it was worth it? And I worked with a mentor on that concept and on that program. And ever since that time, I have chosen that if I go into a program, I will find one thing that makes every penny of mine worth it, no matter what. So like, I remember spending $300 for this program, and I got one piece out of it, and that one piece, I'm like, brilliant. That piece was worth every penny of mine. And so I remember being led by my heart, like, as I've been on this journey to actually let my heart lead. I was given an opportunity to go to this retreat, and the retreat the cost was $3,000, which at that time, like, was a ginormous amount of money. And I'm like, oh man, I don't know if I've ever invested that much money all at once up front. And I didn't know the person putting it on. I didn't know anything about the seminar. When the retreat was put in front of me, my heart said absolutely. And I called that my soul yes. And so I'm like, well, no matter what, I'm in, and I'll figure out a way. And sometimes previous to being led by my heart, I would get caught up in the details. My head would want all the answers. Well, tell me all the details. Tell me what I'll be learning. Tell me if it'll be worth it. Tell me what I'm committing to. All that stuff, right? With the brain leading. I get you if that's you. That comes up for me. And then I remember to take a deep breath, tune into my heart, and my heart led me to that retreat, which shifted so much for me. So much in training this beautiful thing to be able to have trust and communication here. And so if this is a heart yes for you, join us and get in. You will be blown away at the shifts that can happen, and that will be from day 1 to day 5, let alone 30 days in. So come and join us, come and play with us. And of course, we're going to implement a ton of playing, because it's Shelby and I. So there's no question that will be all over it. We will be giggling and laughing and childlike throughout the entire 30 days. We invite you to join us in this movement, and I love you.